Did you guys hear the story of the 100-level student who himself after he caught his girlfriend with another guy in her room? This was said to have happened at the University of Education in Winneba in Ghana around the 16th of April 2025, and the young man who goes by the name of Nicholas Kumi was said to be a 19-year-old theater arts student and was also said to be dating another student by the name of Wendy. According to the story, they had only been dating for 3 months. These are new students at the school. This is their first year. So somewhere along the line, it's unclear if they had any issues in their relationship. But around the 13th or 14th of April, he had gone to Wendy's lodge. That is, Nicholas had gone to his girlfriend's lodge to pay her a surprise visit per se, only for him to get there and turned out to be the one surprised himself when he saw Wendy in bed with another guy. Some sources said the other guy was just in her room, that nothing was going on. Other sources said that she was actively having sex with this new guy in her lodge. When Nicholas saw this, it was said he fainted there and there in the girls' hostel lodge. He fainted right there on the spot, that he had to be rushed back to his own lodge by a group of people who had seen him collapse after allegedly witnessing his girlfriend cuddling with another man. After a day or two, it was said that Nicholas was found in the bathroom of his lodge unalived with a sponge. This story pretty much shook the cause of the university as everyone started to ask questions. Was it really because of a girl that this young man unalived himself, or was it something deeper? People, however, had already begun attacking the young lady, saying that she is not even that attractive enough for a young man like Nicholas to want to end it all because of her. Other people are, however, claiming that there is more to the story, that they believe that something else may have happened to Nicholas, and maybe the fact that he caught Wendy cheating was the straw that broke the camel's back, pretty much was the height of it. Although nobody has been able to pinpoint what could have been another reason that this young man would do such a thing. There are multiple videos of the two lovebirds, having a good time, going to parties, hanging out. And given that this is just a 3-month relationship, I'm sure Nicholas was still head over heels about this girl. No one has come out to say whether or not they had an issue, whether or not they had a fight. Although people have speculated that maybe the young lady wanted to pretty much end things with him and he did not want it to happen. And maybe they had some kind of personal issues and only for him to go to see her and she had already moved on. My thing is, I may be wrong, but I have a theory. After learning about this story, I felt like probably somebody tipped him off, because if you're going to go to your girlfriend's lodge or hostel, the one thing you would do is call or text, "Are you around?" Which would mean that Wendy would know that Nicholas was coming. But for the fact that he went there unannounced and got surprised himself, shows that it's either he had his own suspicion or somebody told him to, come over and see for yourself. And he indeed went over and saw for himself, and it did not end well for him. I did see somewhere on TikTok where she gave her own side of the story, claiming it's not exactly as it happened. And I think she may have said that the young man that Nicholas had seen with her was just a classmate, a friend, and nothing more. She even claimed to have reached out to Nicholas multiple times, even met him after the initial situation, tried to buy food for him, tried to get him back because he started acting up. It was probably also alluded that Nicholas had ulcer, and because of the fact that he had seen his girlfriend Wendy with another guy, he couldn't eat for about a day or two leading up to the day he eventually ended everything. So there are many theories and narrative going around, but the bottom line is everyone believes that it was directly because of he saw Wendy, his girlfriend, with another guy that made him to unalive himself. Now, this is a sad part, or the flip side of this story, that is really dividing the internet right now. Whereas many people are saying that they believe it could have been more to the story. They believe that it couldn't just have been him catching this regular looking girl with a guy. Like, many people are starting to suspect that there are some underlying issues that he probably was not telling. There is a flip side of the internet making fun of Nicholas. Many people are mocking him, calling him a coward. A lot of people have expressed how disappointed they are with him. Even in one of his TikTok videos, there was a wise motivational speech of a sound he used talking about don't chase a woman, chase your dreams, only to turn out that he did not do the same thing that he was preaching. There've even been a whole challenge online of people using sponge to mock and mimic the deceased boy, calling it a coward's road. And on that flip side, there are people who are speaking on men's mental health. People are coming out to talk about, being more compassionate towards Nicholas, saying that Nicholas is a human being and that it's hurtful to see your loved one or somebody you love or who you care for or who you've done so much for cheat on you in that manner. So a lot of people are advocating for men's health with this Nicholas situation, saying that men cry, men get heartbroken too, men are human beings, that if Nicholas had had friends that he could have confided in, this would not have happened. And to be honest with you, I agree. Personally, hearing about the story, it's like there could have been things. It's not right away that he did the unaliving. It was the next day or the day after the witnessing his girlfriend with another guy. So he had a day or two to rethink his actions, to speak to somebody. Because in a situation like this, for a young 19-year-old boy, he may not know what to do. This could literally be his first love. This is why when we all talk about men should not cheat or men cheat, there are some guys out there who don't cheat. There are some guys out there who love their girlfriends with their whole heart and everything. And to be honest, this could have just been the case with Nicholas, who was a pure lover boy, only to end up seeing the reality of life. I feel and I agree with the people saying that if he had had friends or people who could relate or people who could talk him into his senses, he may not have gone this far. I feel like, given how people are mocking him now from his school, maybe when they found out that his girlfriend had done this to him, they pretty much made fun of him. I can bet you it's not because his girlfriend did that he unalived himself. He most likely unalived himself because he was afraid to be mocked and laughed by his mates, by his friends, by the guys around him. That would have been the reason he did what he did, in my opinion. Especially if it's one of those cases where he has been told that she's doing this, she's seen on that guy, and he has been like, no, my girl would not do that. And pretty much everybody in school already knows that your girl is sleeping with another guy except you. That would have been a very disturbing situation to be. That would have been, it's like bullying. We hear of kids in America who get bullied and then they end up doing things like this, despite having a loving home, a loving family, siblings. But the thing is, it gets very tricky. And I can't just help myself but feel and agree with the internet that believes that it's most likely the fact that his friends and his colleagues did not rally in support of him. They did not show him support. They probably mocked him. They probably laughed at him. And they'll most likely use this to shade and insult him. They'll most likely use this to degrade him. They'll most likely say, well, maybe you're not satisfying her enough. Or maybe because you don't have money. They're just things that guys in universities can be really mean. A lot of these young students in universities can be very mean and unkind, because these are people coming out of secondary school. These are 19-year-old, 18-year-old, 17-year-olds, 20-year-olds. When such a thing happens, they don't even know what to do. They don't understand that this is hurtful. They don't understand that this is a human being who is hurting, and you want to take him out for drinks. You want to calm him down. You want to buy him food. You want to suggest that he leaves the school for a while. He most likely did not get that. Given that these people are now mocking him in school, in that same school, they most likely mocked him when it actually happened. And I think he was most likely afraid of the mockery, the laughing, the shame, the embarrassment, and the fact that this is just 100 levels. So this will follow you up to your final year because people will not let it go. So I feel like that could have been it. It's just unfortunate for him, Nicholas. Nicholas just got unfortunate. I wish I don't think he had good friends. I'm so sorry to say. It's just what it is. If he had good friends who were equipped with handling this situation, he would not have gone as far as he has gone. Because the friends will be talking among. He would be the talk of the whole school. Even if he did not end up doing this himself, it still would have made news. Because it's something people will always keep talking about. They will always poke fun at him for it. And we can talk about people not unaliving themselves, but we as a society, we can also do better when we see people who are hurt and in a situation where they could be bullied and harassed. We can always do better. I just wished it didn't have to end like this. They said he was a very intelligent student. They say he was already showing signs that he was going to be a first class possible student, but well, it's all down the drain now. It's unfortunate. But you guys let me know what you think. Let me know your thoughts. Don't forget to like, share, comment, and stay following this page. Should there be any updates, you guys will be the first to get notified.